This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Their fight for funding isn't over. That's the message from St. Louis advocates after compensation for radioactive waste victims was removed from a national defense bill. Now they're pushing for another chance. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Our Justina Cornell looked into what's next for the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, and she joins us in studio with more. Justina.
Yeah, so the final text of the National Defense Authorization Act came down, and it did not include the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, known as RECA. Now, RECA was enacted in 1990 and has paid out billions of dollars to thousands of victims across the country. But that money could dry up this summer, leaving St. Louisans out in the cold.
This is baby Zach. He was born with a rare brain tumor.
Painting a picture of the problems.
This is Zoe from St. Louis. Zoe was born with a mass on her ovary.
Thursday afternoon, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley said this on the Senate floor.
Senators have all asked for photos because, you know, they tell the story. They really want this to be real to the people in Congress. My email is full of just hundreds of photos of individuals that have been sick from radioactive waste exposure across the United States.
Just Mom's co-founder Dawn Chapman wants the world to know about the burden left behind from the atomic bomb. She was hoping compensation could help cover costs.
I'm so sad that we have to fight so hard.
Just this summer, Senator Josh Hawley secured an added amendment to the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, known as RECA. His goal was to add it to the National Defense Authorization Act, but it wasn't included in the final version.
This is not the end by a long shot. We will get this bill passed.
A Republican source close to the negotiations tells us they are frustrated by the process, saying the way Senator Hawley went about trying to get this funding passed didn't work. They tell 5 on Your Side it wasn't properly vetted and should have been a separate bill rather than being added as an amendment. We asked Senator Hawley about that.
It should go with the defense bill because it is the Defense Department that started this nuclear program that's made all these people sick. This is where it belongs.
Chapman believes RECA can bring relief. For now, she continues to fight, putting the victims at the forefront.
This will save lives. Otherwise, these people will continue to die.
Chapman says adding RECA to the defense bill was their first effort, and there are other ways to hopefully get RECA through. She said they will be heading back to D.C. in January to continue their fight.
Justina, thanks. Tonight, a Panda Express manager says his employees were threatened and attacked by a customer who wanted a refund for his food. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer is live outside Richmond Heights Police Department with details she's learned from investigators. Diamond.
Well, Mike, that Panda Express manager could not speak on camera with us, but he has confirmed off camera that both of his employees are okay and in good spirits. Now, the Richmond Heights Police Department says that 33-year-old Philip Person is in custody. The lunch rush isn't stopping people from coming inside of this Panda Express on South Hanley Road. Mystic Stargod says he's a frequent customer.
At least once or twice a week.
The Richmond Heights Police Department says Wednesday afternoon around 3:50 p.m., 33-year-old Philip Person attacked 2 employees because he was dissatisfied with his food. Police say he stabbed one employee in the lower back and punched another one in the head. After that, police say he drove off in a work truck to Eager Road and Music Memorial Drive, where he was arrested with the knife he used in the brazen attack.
Honestly, that's genuinely crazy that somebody would stab an employee over some food. I just think it was never that serious to harm somebody like that, especially over some food.
The manager inside the Panda Express didn't want to speak on camera, but he shared more about the attack. He says Person wanted a refund for food he had already eaten half of and didn't have a receipt. The manager says the customer started calling him and other employees names and threatened to shoot them. The store says they replaced the food, but the man left and came back, throwing the food in their face. When the customer was escorted out, that's when the manager says the attack happened. Stargod says the situation is hard to wrap his mind around, but it's not going to stop him from grabbing a bite to eat.
Maybe in the city or downtown or something, but for this area, it's just definitely uncommon.
And the Richmond Heights Police Department could not speak with us on camera today, but the suspect is facing multiple charges, including assault in the 1st and 4th degree, as well as armed criminal action. And he does have a $250,000 bond, cash only. Reporting live here at the Richmond Heights Police Department, Diamond Palmer, 5 on Your Side.
A fallen St. Louis County police officer now has a bridge named in his honor.
Detective Antonio Valentine lost his life in a violent car crash 2 years ago. 5 on your side, Travis Cummings reports from the dedication ceremony in South St. Louis County.
Yeah, it was just us, which, kind of makes it a little bit more painful because I don't.
These tears are for the special times longtime St. Louis Police Sergeant Scott Valentine shared with his nephew.
I've always been a mentor to Antonio. On top of being my nephew, he's my best friend. We grew up together. So it was a natural progression that, me going into law enforcement, he followed me.
Antonio Valentine was killed in a head-on collision with a stolen car while conducting a drug investigation in North County back in 2021. The then 42-year-old had been with the St. Louis County Police Department since 2007.
I always told him, you got one thing in life that can never be taken away from you, and that's your name.
Family, colleagues, and leaders from near and far lined the seats in the sanctuary at White Flag Church in Oakville Thursday morning to honor that name.
Someone who made a difference and will be greatly missed.
A fighter for his community and country, Valentine had served on active duty in the Army National Guard, and the Air Force Reserve. Now on Telegraph Road Bridge, that name surely won't be in vain.
Here is the sign that motorists will see when they cross the bridge over the Merrimack River. Even if you didn't know Valentine, this is a symbol of the hard work he put in.
And then to rise to the level of detective, and as you know, to work in the Drug Enforcement Unit, which is not the easiest spot in which to work, just speaks volume of his character.
He's a true American hero. The stories that were told during the dedication ceremony, they're all befitting of his character.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Valentine leaves behind 4 kids, ranging in age from 10 to 22. His service weapon was given to the family in a shadow box last December.
Ballwin Police Chief Doug Schaeffler is no longer on the job. The Board of Aldermen unanimously voted to remove him last night. He was placed on leave in October. City leaders are not commenting on what was behind the move, saying it's a personnel matter.
We want to take you live to Keener Plaza for menorah lighting ceremony. The Jewish holiday of Hanukkah began at sundown. This is the largest menorah in Missouri, standing 29 feet tall. Hanukkah is a festival of lights that lasts 8 days with a nightly menorah lighting. Tonight's celebration at Keener Plaza includes holiday music, ice skating, and Hanukkah foods prepared in oil.
Now, there's no real need to bundle up if you're heading out for the Hanukkah celebrations tonight. Scott's here with a look at the weather first forecast. It was nice and warm today, Scott.
It sure was. Temperatures pushing into the upper 60s, trying to flirt with 70 degrees for us in St. Louis. And as a treat this evening, just in time for sunset, a few clouds rolling in that allowed us to have a gorgeous sunset around St. Louis. This is down in DeSoto, Jefferson County. Ray shared this picture with us on our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers Facebook group. Still looking at temperatures in the 50s in most spots. Creve Coeur is still 60 right now, 59 in Berkeley, 56 in Arnold. Edwardsville is 53. Look across the bi-state region, most areas well above average for this time of year, and will stay that way heading into tomorrow, even into part of Saturday before the colder air moves on through. You're basically looking at these clouds kind of scooting off to the east and northeast of St. Louis, and as we look back to the west, our overall flavor will be for an increase in cloud cover starting very late tonight into tomorrow. But if you're heading over to the Missouri Botanical Garden this evening, you know, it's a fine evening to go out and look at some Christmas lights, maybe there, maybe Worldwide Technology Raceway, Winter Wonderland. We're dropping into the 50s, and we'll keep that southerly breeze. More on our weekend weather system and how fast that rain moves through here and how little of it there will be coming up in about 12 minutes, Mike.
Coming up.